My name is Sebastian, and the focus of my work is corporate mindset change collectively. What do I deal with every day? A lot of resistance, a lot of fear, a lot of different ways how to escape it. So what do companies do very often? They initiate a change process, but they're missing the oil in the machinery. The oil in the machinery is the psychological aspect. Because people go into resistance without even knowing that they're in resistance. So the first part in the change process is consciousness. Be honest to yourself. Are you actually really constructive, or are you in resistance? And very often people do not know this about themselves. Consciousness, first step. Second step, ownership. You cannot solve a problem you're not willing to have. As long as you don't make it a problem, you will never solve it. Your resistance, for instance. Third step, overcoming. This is the moment when you start to behave differently. That means that your change becomes visible to the outer world. Coming from psychology originally, there is one notion very important, and it's face validity. How do you transfer stuff you learned to real life? Face validity, you do it. So the approach I'm choosing, very directly and confrontative, is to let people do the situations in the training. I do participate as well, and then everybody who is management bullshitting becomes obvious, because if you can do it, then you can transfer it. If you just can't talk about it, you cannot. And this we make visible in the training. I had once in a training a guy, a narcissist, a very strong guy, rhetorically very well trained, and he all the time was very persuading, convincing everybody that he was good. And everybody was a little bit afraid of him because he was putting so high standards on management. What happened in the training, I undisguised him through letting him do it, and suddenly you saw that he was hiding behind his perfectionism. What did this with the group? The group became brave through this because it suddenly saw, okay, I can train and I can do mistakes in the training. Even he is not perfect. And he himself, after a little valley of suffering, started to train as well. So this is live change. You overcome old patterns and start to adapt yourselves to new circumstances. Our trainings are very different in three aspects. They're very tough, they're very confrontative, and they're very direct. So we chose a very quick way. We don't have times for 3 years of change processes. We want to make it quick. Quick means also painful. Standing behind this pain is always the love to the human being. I think it's better to tell people very directly if they do something badly than just to shut up and talk behind their backs. Okay, it hurts, but out of this pain they go into development. This is our style. You see me. What do you do intuitively, secretly to me, instantly? You judge me. You take a lot of decisions about me. You judge whether rather to like me or not, to trust me or not, whether I'm credible for you or not. And how do these judgmental processes work? Who decides whether you like me or not, whether you trust me or not? If you don't have an answer to this, you don't own it. That means you are not free. Somebody else is deciding for you. And I can tell you who it is. It is your values, your paradigms. Meaning they come from your parents, your peer, your culture. That means mommy and daddy are still telling you whether you have to like me or not. If mommy and daddy told you that modesty is very important, you won't like me because I'm not. If mommy and daddy told you showing off is cool, you will like me because I am. Very simple. So what we do, we bring unconscious processes into consciousness, and the entire competency is called self-management competency. Do you manage your emotions, or are you managed by your emotions, is the big question. There are three competencies that lead to success. First, subject-specific competency. That means what you learned at school, what you learned at university, what you do every day in your job. Second, social competence, how you deal with other people. And third, self-management competence. Why is it so important for you as a manager? Because you don't get your extra money for free. You get your extra money that you step above processes just like liking and disliking. If you have your favorite in your team and somebody you hate, you're not good at what you do. It means in my job all the time understand my own judgmental processes and step above them and take business decisions, not ego decisions. So this is what we train. How do you feel it? We will show it to you. What do I do here? I didn't do anything yet. But I can do it. Don't worry. I want to create a reality anyways. Fat at the moment for the Weihnachts Vanillekipferl. The shirt shouldn't be that tight. We start already. Okay. I got it.
You?
Okay. Now I see you. Okay. Now you have to vote now 1 to 10.
Super.